Hello everyone, I'm Celia, and today I thought I'd speak of racing in Hardspace Shipbreaker in much broader terms than I usually do. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are only just being introduced to race and would like to have some tips without being inundated with obscure lingo and advanced technique names, as my other videos have been so far. So the first question we need to ask is, what is race? RACE stands for Rapid Acquisition Competence Exercise. It is a competition in the game Hardspace Shipbreaker with a leaderboard on which any player who owns the game can compete. It started on the 20th of August 2020 with the update 0.2.0 and has seen no major change brought to it as of the current update of 0.4.0. The ship changes weekly and is the same for everyone to explore. You are given a set amount of time to complete it, either 15, 30 or 45 minutes, depending on the ship type and size. Everyone has the same equipment and level of upgrades on their tools to work with. How to participate in race? Simply select one profile on the game's first page, then go to Weekly Race, and you're then only 2 button presses away from seeing the race ship of the week. Every week on Thursday, there will be an hour of maintenance during which we will wait for a new ship to roll in. The previous week's race leaderboard will no longer be alterable and a new, clean leaderboard will start. To register a score, you need to have data collection on, enter the race, then finish the shift either by letting the timer on the top right run down to 0 or by entering the hab. You can do as many shifts as you want, and the final score that will appear on the leaderboard will be your best. How do the scores work? The base score is calculated on salvage. However, you might start with an 11.9 million salvage and end up with a 21 million score. That's due to bonuses. There are 2 types of bonuses. First, the work order bonuses. Each of the objectives you are given can increase your final bonus percentage by 5%. Second, the time bonus. You can gather up to 51% time bonus, but that's only if you're finishing your shift very early. It's not as clear-cut as getting 10% bonus every minute or so. For example, on a 15-minute shift, there is a gap of 10 seconds between 14 and 15%. While there are 30 seconds between 43% and 44%. While you have bonuses, there are also penalties. If you die during your shift, you'll be allowed to continue, but a 10% penalty will be deducted from your bonus. The other penalty you can get is if there is too much mass of the ship left unsalvaged. Your final score will be calculated as follows. Okay, but how do I win race? If your objective is to climb up the leaderboard or simply improve on your score, I'd recommend a lot of practice and thinking about how you are going to approach the ship before doing your runs. Doing an exploration at your own pace of the ship beforehand will also help you so you know where you have to be more careful and where to find the most valuable objects. I personally will always aim to salvage everything I can in the ship as fast as possible, starting by a slower full salvage of the ship, then trying to increase the speed at which I'm salvaging in subsequent runs. However, I am aware that not everyone has as much time or is willing to spend as much time as I do on race, so if you only have a limited amount of shifts you can get in and you don't get to perfect your runs to the point of full completion, here are some things you can focus on. First, start with the objectives. The 5% bonus per objectives can add up to 35% if there are 7 objectives, and there will generally be at least 4 of them. That's not an amount of bonus to sneeze at. Second, get the most valuable pieces in, like the reactor, the thrusters, the nacelles, the nanocarbon in the processor, the power generator, the glass if it can easily be cut out, etc. Third, if you're feeling like doing math, Take a look at your average final time bonus, then estimate if it would be better for you to continue salvaging or if the time bonus will make it worth more to just stop the shift early. We have a rough estimation that if something is under 10k, you might as well skip it. That gets completely thrown out of the window when the scores get so tight we need lights to make a difference, but I would start worrying about that when you get into the top 10. An easy example would be if you had some floating debris around the bay. Do you really need that last bit of aluminum, or could you go to the hab to get 30 more seconds? Those are some very general tips I can give you to start out in a race. I hope I didn't leave anything out. If you have any questions or suggestions, I'll answer them in the comments. Plus, if you're interested in hearing more about race and discussing it with other people, you are very welcome to join us on the Hardspace Shipbreaker Discord, where we talk a lot about race. With that, thank you for watching and have a nice day!